Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I also want to thank the Honourable Premier and the Leader of the Official Opposition for your touching tributes. Mr. Speaker, I'm honoured to rise on behalf of the Progressive Conservative Caucus and Progressive Conservatives across Alberta to remember Honourable Jim Prentice. His death last month came as a terrible and incredible shock to all who knew him. Even today, it's just a little bit hard to believe he's not here with us. We've had a few weeks now to reflect upon the man that Jim was and the remarkable legacy that he left behind. From Jim's humble roots in the coal mines of the Crow's Nest past to serving as Alberta's 16th Premier, Jim's values of faith, family, and public service guided every day of his life. And while he may have spent his first 12 years in Ontario, it's well known that he quickly fell in love with Alberta when his family came here in search of a better life. And it was this love for our province and its people that fueled his relentless pursuit of leaving everything he became involved with just a little bit better than he found it. Whether it was as Prime Minister Stephen Harper's right-hand man, Minister of the Environment that he cared so much about, Minister of Indian Affairs and Northern Development that he cared so much about, Vice President of CIBC, or the 16th Premier of Alberta, Jim's drive was always aimed to make those things better than he found them. And I believe that it was his innate ability to bring other people together for a common purpose that helped him achieve that very goal. Mr. Speaker, I experienced this firsthand following the PC leadership campaign in 2014. Despite the fact that Jim and I were rivals in this contest, he invited me to be part of his cabinet after the votes were tallied, because to him, doing the best for Albertans meant putting political differences aside and working together. The member from Calgary West says sometimes that he is here as a direct result of Jim Prentice. Mr. Speaker, Jim showed all of us that doing the right thing isn't always easy and isn't always popular. But that should never stop any of us from trying to do the right thing. He dedicated his life to trying, and in my humble opinion, Alberta has gained much from Jim's efforts. Our thoughts continue to be with Jim's wife, Karen, their daughters, grandchildren, and the entire Prentice family, and the families of 3 others whose lives were lost at the same time as Jim lost his. Words cannot express how sorry we are for all of those families and their loved ones. And our hearts break for the loss of a leader who had so very much left to give. Rest in peace, Jim.
You're here.